Well, again, there's going to be an opportunity to over-adjust here because the track and the cars aren't balanced. And one thing, being out front is a big advantage right now.
You see a number of these drives really struggling. See Justin Allgaier go up the racetrack there. Somebody's not really struggling in the 7 car there. Scott Wimmer's doing a nice job.
And remember, Wimmer in that 7 car, they are right now on the bump spot for that top 30 position. And we start going to points at the end of this race for the guaranteed spots. So they definitely want to keep that car up as high as possible. Trevor Bayne on the high side there as he's going around the 15 of Annette. Let's get an update from pit road. Doc, what do you have?
Remember, Carl Edwards is the driver who did the tire test for Goodyear here back on the week after Las Vegas, and it realized that this tire in this racetrack gets very tight in a hurry. They came in, and although he was pretty neutral and just a tick tight, they made an adjustment with the track bar. The adjustment may have created a little bit of a handling issue for him. Now they have told Carl, just be patient, get your rhythm. It'll come back. The car will tighten up for you. So they may have gone a little bit of a too big a swing early on, but Carl now getting comfortable and said, just be patient. The track and the car will come back.
All right, thanks, Doc. This is one of the best battles we've got on the track right now. The 15 of Michael Annette underneath the 99 of Trevor Bayne. They are duking it out for 9th, 10th, and here comes Paul Menard saying, excuse me, pardon me, playing through. Dave, what's the latest on Trevor Bayne?
The fact that the car was very loose during that first run, you see the confidence he has to run that high line now, and he gets that position right now. They restarted 9th, but to make it a little bit better,
look out!
And big time trouble for Jason Leffler.
Oh, he's into the wall as he got turned.
Hold on, we got more coming here.
And this team, we were talking about it yesterday. Everybody was high expectations, thinking this might be one of those teams that could be a full-time nationwide team that would potentially challenge for at least the top 3 or 4 spots. But boy, they are just running into walls in more ways than one.
The one car got loose getting into the corner, and that's where you're most vulnerable when you're on the outside of a guy that might be loose, and he sure looked loose there.
Yes, just what Marty said earlier in the race. You know, didn't know if you want to be on the outside. That guy on the bottom gets loose, and that's what you'll see. A lot of speed carried into these corners. One car goes up and hits Jason Leffler, sends him into the wall.
Did you see how high that back end just jacked up and it hit that wall? He's going to be able to get it back to pit road, but a lot of damage on that 38. Another look.
It is a sinking feeling because, you know, you can only control a percentage of this. And when you get hit that hard, you're just along for the ride.
Leffler's only top 10 in 2010 has been Bristol. He finished 9th. That's the best they've been able to do, and they're not going to do any better today. We ride along one more time. Ouch, this is going to hurt.
The NCAA Women's Championship continues on ESPN tomorrow in Final Four action. 7 Eastern, the Oklahoma Sooners take on the Stanford Cardinal. Then at 9 Eastern, the Baylor Bears face the UConn Huskies. It's the NCAA Women's Championship presented by Capital One on ESPN tomorrow. Coverage beginning with the NCAA Women's Final Four special at 6:30 Eastern. ESPN, the exclusive home of the NCAA Women's Championship. We are under caution here at Nashville. Drivers racing for that custom-painted Gibson guitar trophy. Third caution of the day when Jason Leffler got turned around into the outside wall. That yellow gave Derek Cope the opportunity to be the Aaron's Lucky Dog free pass winner. He was the first driver a lap down. Now he gets back onto the lead lap. From the pit studio, Brad, we were sitting here looking at that last restart. Keselowski used the outside lane to get the lead, and looks like he's going to get that outside lane again this time.
Yeah, it looks like it. As they just come by, you can see he took that outside line. I think he gets a better run off the corner as they get down in the corner, keep that guy pinned down, get some momentum wound up. And how about Scott Wimmer pulling up into that 5th position? He's doing a great job in that 7 car. Kudos to Scott Wimmer, doing a super job so far.
Top 7 drivers in the race at this point, all former winners here at Nashville. As we get set for the restart, we head upstairs to Ricky Craven, Dale Jarrett, and Marty Reed. We got a lot of experience at the front of that field.
Well, yeah, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Scott Wimmer, Reed Sorensen. Yeah, you wanted to talk about that 32 car, didn't you?
Yeah, I have high expectations for Reed Sorensen, a former winner here. He dominated years ago, and he comes here with a lot of enthusiasm. He's got something to prove. Dale, we've all been through this. You know, you lose your ride, you get a second chance. I have high expectations for him today.
Well, that's 32 cars finished in the top 10 in all 4 races this season. One of only 3 cars to do it. Edwards and Allgaier, the other 2. And we're back to green flag racing here at Nashville.
See how this works out for Brad Keselowski, taking that outside lane. He had lane choice.
He's the first one to go on that high side, and that didn't work out so good for him. Joey Logano takes over the spot, but now Brad comes underneath, and he's going to try and take it away from him again.
Yeah, I thought that he got the lead the last time because of Kevin Harvick being vulnerable. In this case, I think we confirmed it, that the inside is going to be the position of strength on restarts.
Side by side to the stripe. Who's going to lead the lap? According to scoring, it's Brad Keselowski. Logano now puts a nose out in front.
Boy, these guys are racing hard early.
Yeah, Brad must have had his Dale Earnhardt tapes out. That old crossover move, you know, guy takes you on the inside and you come right back. That's a nice move. Great racing right there. Logano hanging tough on the outside.
Last lap at 31.9 seconds.
That move you referred to, that was a Darlington move.
Yeah.
And this track is going to race like Darlington did, isn't it?
Yeah.
And look at Joey Logano. Now all of a sudden, here comes Kyle Busch underneath the 22. So in a matter of a half a lap, Keselowski's gone from first potentially to third.
Yeah, he got really loose, and you can see Kyle Busch get loose right there. That's exactly what happened to Keselowski.
And here comes Harvick trying to get underneath Kyle Busch. So we are seeing some great side-by-side racing by these veteran drivers up front. And here comes Reed Sorensen trying to get into the mix.
And Kyle Busch drove it off in the corner there, hoping that he could clear Harvick, but Harvick's hanging tight on the inside.
Oh, good 3-car battle. Just behind them, you see Wimmer in the 7, the 12 of Justin Allgaier. Oh,
boy, that was close.
Wimmer almost got into the 12.
But when you're that inside driver at speeds like this, they're over 170 miles an hour entering these corners, you have to really be careful because you lose so much of your aero tightness there that it really makes you loose on the inside.
And it forces you to roll in the corner and be a little more aggressive from the middle out. You don't get many second chances at what Scott Wimmer just did there. He did a great job.
Let's get more on the 7. Doc?
Well, Scott Wimmer is actually auditioning for a ride, guys. It was announced this week that car will be driven by former Rookie of the Year Landon Castle for the next 4 races starting in Phoenix. Wimmer drove it at Bristol and got a top 10 finish. He started this race in 17th position, drove all the way up to 8th by lap 10, and wanted minimal to no adjustments on the car. Wimmer knows that today could determine what happens to him the rest of the year. And oh, by the way, the last of his 6 wins in this series came right here in this racetrack in April of 2008.
Thanks, Doc. As Carl Edwards did get around him for 7th position, and that sort of has settled down now, at least for the moment, as everybody sort of running about a car length to a car length and a half between each other. The battle up front, well, it's still the same. Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski. That's the margin there. And while all this is going on, let's catch up with Jason Leffler. Jamie Little has found him.
Well, he's one of the drivers who was going for the dash for cash, finds himself out of the car in the garage. I heard your spotter mention something about the 1 car. What happened with you and James Buescher?
As far as I know, he lost it and just drove right into the door and spun us out. So when I was under him, I was able to control my car just fine, but he couldn't control his. So it's kind of a bummer. It's one of our best tracks. Great clips. Camry was really good. Qualified terrible. And we're coming up through there, but I guess that's part of racing, you know. So hopefully we can fix it enough to get back out there, make a couple laps at least.
All right, Marty, they're working on the front and the back. A lot of damage back here on the 38.
And Jason, a former winner here, as you see Justin Allgaier and Reed Sorensen going side by side. That is for 5th position.
Yeah, Justin Allgaier making this pass on the high side on Reed Sorensen. That's pretty strong for a guy right now, Ricky.
I'm really surprised at how the track has moved up a little bit, and these guys have gained some courage. The question is the courage going to get them in trouble?
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is something we really haven't seen at this racetrack in the past, and I think that's a testament to this tire probably, that they're able to race a little bit harder side by side in that second group.
So while all this action goes on, the lead is still Joey Logano with Brad Keselowski right behind him. We can tell you now there are 3 cars out of the race. Danny O'Quinn, Kevin LePage, Mark Green, Jason Leffler, the 4th car, behind the wall back in the garage area. They are trying to get back out to score as many points as possible. There's your top 5 after 55 of 225 laps. A lot still to be decided here at Nashville.